Really think about it. Don't answer it, just think about it. Do you remember eating TV dinners or cereal with milk as a meal as a teenager, maybe after graduating from high school because mom wasn't going to wait until you arrived for dinner, or you simply didn't want to eat what she prepared? Or have you taken the time to ask your teenage child, if you have any, if they know how to open or manage a bank account? Or even, do most teenagers really understand how to make safe life decisions? And I don't mean how to use protection, uh, but I mean more like what could really happen if it just simply failed. This may have caused many ideas to run through your mind and influence the way you feel. Or you're probably answering to yourself, not me, I ate hot meals. I knew how to cook as a teenager. Or my child has had a bank account since they're 5 years old and they know how to manage it. But is this really true for everyone, for all of society? Can we truly look around and see that they also know how to prepare a meal or manage a bank account or deal with the situation they're in? So tonight, what I will be speaking about is ways learning set skills will benefit the students and society as a whole. Anticipate happiness and other successful outcomes, as well as have a peaceful mind of what is expected as a young adult. There are problems teenagers face when they are confronted with issues they do not know how to deal with. And today, I would like to share with you a few of the life skills that we need to ensure our children learn before they graduate from high school in order to be successful in the real world. In the National Stress in America survey, an annual analysis by Harris Interactive for American Psychological Association indicated that 35% of adults polled since 2007 reported feeling mostly stressed. You're wondering, why is a child stressed? Normally, adults are the ones that are stressed. Surveys showed that young adults ages 18 to 33 reported the highest average level of stress at 5.4. Millennials, those ages 18 to 33, are growing up at a tough time. Mike Hayes is a market researcher and co-author of 2 books on the generation, including Millennial Momentum, told USA Today. Students are partying and having unsex safe and doing heavy drinking. Is it because they truly don't care? Or is it because they don't understand the consequences? Many risk behaviors such as heavy alcohol use of illegal drugs, safe with acquaintances or strangers, and drunk-driven peak during the 18 to 25 year old. And less stress levels, better health. Age group. Many people in this age group keep switching college majors, moving in and out of their family homes, changing jobs, and moving in and out of relationships as well. And maybe to some people, this is normal, this is part of growing up. But this is really bringing their stress levels really high, and it's very expensive to switch majors. So it not only affects them, but it also affects their parents if they're obtaining the help from the parents financially. And moving in and out of relationships could also be dangerous and stressful. Uh, but why, we ask ourselves, are young adults so darn confused? Why are they making all these decisions? One thing many 20-something adults have never held, it's a summer job. Some of them just relax during the summer. They don't even know how to apply for a job. They don't even know how to write a resume or even interview. And once considered training wheels for adults, life in the American middle class, they're not using these training wheels. So how are they really going to obtain or know what to do once they do graduate if they're not practicing, or they're not aware of what they should be learning? Teenagers and 20-something are the least skilled and most expendable members of the workforce. So it's not surprising that they would be aged out in a recession by more reliable full-time workers such as senior citizens, immigrants, and other adults who need these jobs. So these jobs are being overtaken by all the other groups and not the teenagers. They're not taking advantage of it. So again, I want you to think about what these life skills are, how they affect the teenage population and society as a whole, and how to make sure that they are learning these life skills. So of course, as parents with children, we need to make sure that we are teaching them this, but also we need to maybe enforce it in schools. Make sure that for the busy parents that are unable to teach their child how to cook or how to manage a bank account, maybe the parent aren't sure how to manage an account themselves. So it's something that we need to ensure that before a teenager graduates, they obtain these life skills, whether in one class or throughout their whole school years. Before they graduate, they need to know these or a few other basic life skills. So a few helpful ways is for them to learn planning. Creating and following a schedule will help teens manage time and will help the success in college, at a job, making sure their assignments are on time, making sure they're at work on time, how to prepare an interview, how to prepare a resume, not too long, not too short. So planning, managing money also. Students should understand the basics of money before they head to college, maintaining a budget, paying bills, understanding student loans, one of the major ones. Studying during college, it not only self-teaches for career growth. Some students don't like to know how to study or how to self-teach while at a new job. They go into a job, they want to be trained, and if they're not taught something, they're not going to go and investigate to see how this could, how I can learn a new skill and share it with others. So they don't want to self-teach. Most college students or high school graduates. Staying safe and healthy. Students should also have a plan to maintain a healthy lifestyle when they go to school, says Erin Foster Ziga, Assistant Dean of Student at Bates College. Students should understand how to navigate a pharmacy, fill prescriptions, change doctors, and find any other resources they may need. Stay safe all around. Cooking. Healthy eating on a budget versus unhealthy, expensive eating out or frozen dinners. Different ways to prepare meals, maybe gathering with friends and sharing their skills, or just coming up with new meals or new inventions with the things they cook together and prepare together. And they also socialize with them, so that's also healthy. Communicating with their parents, to see how they would prepare something, how to follow a recipe. That's also healthy, and communicating and life skills. Many young students have no clue how to function how to function in the kitchen, how to do anything in the kitchen. So definitely, again, these are just a few of the life skills that they should be required to learn before they graduate high school. So now that you have looked at the needs and how these needs can be satisfied, let's look at how teenagers, young adults, learning a few life skills before graduating from college can benefit, as I mentioned before, them and society as a whole. So safer decisions and healthier lifestyle, by them understanding the risk and ways to obtain from these dangers and not become a menace to society. Less stress levels, better health, less stress for parents and those surrounding them, more responsible individuals who can contribute and will manage their budgets. Parents won't be broke either, because they're not going to keep asking their parents for money. Mom won't need to make extra leftovers for the teenager who may not eat it after preparing it anyways and preferring junk food. And they can make their own meals. So let's take action. It's grown-ups, not teenagers, who have honed the values, expectations, and opportunities from our nation's youth development and their work habits. If we want a respectful and industrial workforce, we need to do a better job in creating it. So it's our responsibility to ensure that they are learning these skills. Experts say that colleges are also working on helping students bridge the gap between what they know and the life skills that they need to use to be successful for college. So parents don't have to stress out about preparing their students for everything. And no one monitors you the way your parents did or your teachers do in high school. It's pretty much up to you, the student. After they graduate, they're on their own pretty much. And realizing that means that you have to have a commitment to take charge of your own life, but we have to ensure that they will not graduate or leave the house before learning these basic skills. So it's our responsibility to persuade schools to do this, and we as parents should also ensure that this is done at our own homes.